Hello and welcome to the paper discussion of the final test series NEET 2023. Obviously the subject is chemistry and this is phase 1 code A and test number 1. Let's start discussing the paper starting with section A, and in section A we all know that all questions are compulsory, and question number 51, that is the molality of aqueous solution of urea in which the mole fraction of urea is 0.1 is. तो क्या given है हमको? Molality पूछी गई है and the given is mole fraction. Now what you have to know is the relation between the molality and mole fraction, and there is a straight relation, and that is molality is equal to mole fraction of solute divided by 1 minus mole fraction of solute into 1000 divided by 18. Why I am writing 18? 18 मैंने इसलिए लिखा because it is an aqueous solution, right? Otherwise what we can do is we can write the original formula, and that we can write Ma also over here, means the molar mass of the solvent. Now since it is water, that's why we can write 18 easily. Now it's a very simple question, you just have to put the values and find out the answer. तो क्या करेंगे हम लोग इसमें? Values put करेंगे. This is 0.1 divided by 1 minus 0.1. Now this 0.1 is given to us here. हमको 0.1 given है यहाँ पर, मोल फ्रैक्शन है, तो 0.1 divided by 1 minus 0.1 multiplied by 1000 divided by 18, right? And when you will solve it, you will get the answer, that is 6.17 मोलल. तो ऐसी आसान क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. बहुत ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स डरते हैं, they are scared of numericals. You just have to know the relations between the concentration terms, molarity, weight by weight percentage, and all those things. These relations like molality and mole fraction, these relations you should know, and you will definitely crack it, right? You will rock. Okay, चलते हैं next question की तरफ. The next question is 10 liter hydrogen gas and 20 liter of chlorine gas combined in the suitable conditions to produce hydrogen chloride gas. The composition of the resultant gaseous mixture is. Now the point to be noted is the temperature and pressure, they are constant. Nothing is given about temperature and pressure, means temperature और pressure constant होंगे. और अगर ऐसा होता है, जब इस तरह के क्वेश्चन आते हैं, we all know that PV is equal to nRT, right? ये तो होता ही है. Temperature is constant, pressure is constant, we cannot change that. R is universal gas constant, we cannot change that. Means we can easily write volume is directly proportional to the number of moles. So we can consider the volume, we can treat the volume as the number of moles, right? And 4 options are given to you and we have to find out the correct answer. This is a question from stoichiometry. तो चलते हैं stoichiometry लगाते हैं इसके अंदर. Let's find out the answer. So first we have to write down the balanced equation. So H2 plus Cl2 will give us twice HCl. Okay, we know that, हमको मालूम है. First हम लोग क्या लिखेंगे यहाँ पे? Initial volume. Initial volume will be 10 liters, 20 liters, and this is 0, right? Now what will happen after the reaction, right? That we have to find out. Now when we talk about that, the final volume, now applying the stoichiometry, 1 mole of hydrogen react with 1 mole of chlorine to give 2 mole of HCl, right? So 10 liter of hydrogen requires 10 liter of chlorine, but we have 20 liters of chlorine. So hydrogen will be the limiting reagent over here, and after the completion of the reaction it will be 0. There is 20 liters of chlorine, 10 liter will combine. कितना बचेगा उसके बाद? We will get 20 minus 10. Now if you check the limiting reagent, 1 mole of hydrogen gives 2 moles of HCl, or you can say that 1 liter of hydrogen gives 2 liters of HCl. Therefore, 10 liters will give 20 liters. So this is 20 liters and the rest amount of this chlorine will be 10 liters. So what we have in the reaction mixture now? We have 20 liter of HCl and we have 10 liter of chlorine. देखते हैं कौन सा आंसर सही है. So 10 liter of chlorine we have, 20 liter of hydrogen. These kind of questions, these type of easy questions he will ask in NEET. You can easily crack that, right? मजा आएगा. चलते हैं आगे और देखते हैं. नेक्स्ट वन इज द टोटल नंबर ऑफ डीजेनरेट ऑर्बिटल्स. अब होता क्या है कि जब क्वेश्चन ऐसा आता है, स्टूडेंट जनरली आंसर व्हाट आर डीजेनरेट ऑर्बिटल्स. डीजेनरेट मींस they are having the equal energy. So the question is the total number of degenerate orbitals in the second shell of the Li2 plus ions. So degenerate means equal energy. So what we will do is just write the electronic configuration of lithium 1s2, 2s1 and electronic configuration of Li2 plus, that will be 1s1, right? Now this is like hydrogen like species, correct? And in the case of hydrogen like species, what will happen? We will write over here 2s0 and 2p0, and in the second shell there is 2s subshell, 2p subshell and energy of 2s will be equal to 2p, correct? And if we talk about orbitals, in 1s there is 1 orbital and 2p there are 3 orbitals. So we can say that 1 orbital of 2s and 3 orbitals of 2p, they will have the same energy. So total number of degenerate orbitals will be equal to 4. सिंपल हो गया है ना. ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. और इसमें एक बात और बताना चाहूंगा मैं आप लोगों को. आई वांट टू टेल यू समथिंग दैट मींस व्हाट शुड बी द अप्रोच ऑफ अ स्टूडेंट व्हेन while attempting the NEET paper, right? Just look at the question. According to the modern periodic law, the physical and the chemical properties of the element are periodic function of its. Now we know that this is the answer, atomic number, this is the answer. So whether you attempt question number 1 or question number 2 first or this question number 4, you will get 4 marks, right? Now it's all up to you कि आप कौन सा क्वेश्चन पिक करते हो. तो मैं तो वही क्वेश्चंस पिक करूंगा जिसमें मुझे कम टाइम लगेगा. पहले के जो तीनों क्वेश्चंस थे उसमें मुझे ज़्यादा टाइम लगा, इसमें मेरे को सिर्फ पढ़ के आंसर देना था. सो प्लीज you should know that which question you have to pick first, which type of questions you have to solve, right? So the question in which the information is given, means you should know the information. So what you have to do in that, just अगर आपको मालूम होगा आप टिक करोगे तो सही हुआ तो सही, नहीं तो गलत, राइट? तो ऐसे आसान क्वेश्चन आएंगे तो मैं पहले पिक करूंगा उसको. ओके, देन चलते हैं हम लोग नेक्स्ट की तरफ. नाउ सिलेक्ट द पेयर ऑफ आइसोस्टर्स अमंग द फॉलोइंग. फर्स्ट यू हैव टू नो दैट ये आइसोस्टर्स का मतलब क्या होता है. तो आइसोस्टर्स जो होते हैं ना बेटा, आइसोस्टर्स मींस ऐसे मॉलिक्यूल्स जिसमें इक्वल नंबर ऑफ एटम्स होते हैं एंड इक्वल नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स भी होते हैं, राइट? नाउ फर्स्ट वन इज ऑक्सीजन डाइएटॉमिक, ओजोन इज ट्राइएटॉमिक, इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल, करेक्ट? Now carbon monoxide, second option, diatomic. Nitrogen is also diatomic. Now we have to check whether electrons are same or not. So when we talk about carbon monoxide and nitrogen, number of electrons 6, number of electrons 8. If you add them, it will be equal to 14, and this will be 2 into 7. That will be equal to 14. That's why this is the answer. तो इस तरह के आसान क्वेश्चंस वो आप लोगों से पूछेगा. नेक्स्ट, the wavelength associated with the moving object of 0.1 kg mass is 6.62 into 10 to the minus 33 meters. The speed of moving object is, what has been asked? Speed has been asked. The value of speed you have to find out, and the wavelength is associated with the moving particle, means it's talking about the de Broglie wavelength. So when we talk about the de Broglie wavelength, lambda is equal to h upon mv straight away, right? अब जब lambda की हम लोग बात करेंगे तो lambda हमको given है, that is 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 33. This is the wavelength, and that is equal to 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34. This is equal to h. ये हमें प्लैंक्स कांस्टेंट की वैल्यू यहाँ पर पुट कर दी. मास है हमारा गिवन है हमको 0.1 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय v, and when you will find out v from here, then you will get 1 meter per second. So this is the answer, and इस टाइप के आसान क्वेश्चन आपके पास आएंगे. The main thing is how you pick the questions, how you select the questions. Are you able to find out your speed breakers? The main thing is speed. कितनी तेजी से आप क्वेश्चंस को सॉल्व करते जाते हो. So it's your ability, means you have to find out the ability. Now this test series will definitely going to help you in this. बहुत हेल्प होने वाली है आपकी इस टेस्ट सीरीज से, राइट? तो सारी चीजें मैं आपको धीरे धीरे बताते जाऊंगा साथ साथ में कि किस क्वेश्चन को किस अप्रोच के साथ अटेम्प्ट किया जाए. नहीं तो आंसर्स तो फिर हर किताब में मिल जाते हैं हम लोगों को क्वेश्चंस के. ओके, खैर चलते हैं नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ. दैट इज नंबर ऑफ एंगुलर नोड इन 3dxy orbital. Means he is asking about the number of angular nodes of this orbital. This is 3. Now whether it is 3dxy or 4dxy, 5dxy, doesn't matter, right? We have to find out the angular nodes, and when we find out the angular nodes, so number of angular nodes, that is equal to the azimuthal quantum number, that is equal to L. And what is the value of L for d subshell or d orbital? That is equal to 2, right? So the answer is 2. And you can see that there is angular node or nodal planes. This is one plane, this one, and यहाँ पे भी आपको एक प्लेन मिलेगा. So there are two planes. दो प्लेन्स यहाँ पर है हमारे पास, एंड विल गेट द आंसर, राइट? तो ऐसे छोटे छोटे क्वेश्चंस जो आएंगे उनको तो मैं जल्दी पिक करूंगा. अच्छा, नेक्स्ट वन इज द नंबर ऑफ सिग्निफिकेंट फिगर्स. क्वेश्चन देखा, आंसर निकाला, तो ऐसे क्वेश्चंस को आपको पहले पिक करना है. सो दिस इज 3.35 into 10 to the power minus 18. A number is given to you in the scientific notation. So you can see over here there are 3 significant figures, so the answer will be equal to 3 and you will get 4 marks, correct? So the type of questions which take lesser time to give the same marks, right, that you have to find out. Okay, the next one is the orbital angular momentum of the electron in 4s orbital of copper atom is. Now one thing you have to keep in mind, that is whether he is asking about, whether in the question it is asked about orbit angular momentum or orbital angular momentum, right? Generally students इसमें हो जाते हैं confused. Confusion क्या होता है मैं आपको बताता हूँ. अगर orbit की बात की गई है, orbit angular momentum, तो अगर ऑर्बिट एंगुलर मोमेंटम की बात की गई है तो उस केस में mvr हो जाता है, दैट इज इक्वल टू nh अपॉन 2 पाई, right? This is orbit angular momentum, right? The orbital angular momentum is little bit different, means entirely different. So if we talk about orbital angular momentum, we are finding out the momentum of orbital, that is mvr is equal to h bar. This is called h bar, means this is h upon 2 pi, right? Under root L L plus 1, where L is the azimuthal quantum number. Now, we are talking about 4s. 4s means L is equal to 0. So, just have to write down H bar into 0, 0 plus 1. Now, what will be answer? It will be 0. So, this is the correct answer. इस तरीके से हमेशा ध्यान रखना, चेक करना, जब एंगुलर मोमेंटम की बात आ जाती है ना, तो वो इस तरीके से आपको परेशान करने की कोशिश कर सकता है। बस चेक करना कि ऑर्बिट एंगुलर मोमेंटम की बात चल रही है, ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम की बात चल रही है, उसके बारे में फिर हम बात करेंगे, राइट। नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज द एटॉमिक नंबर ऑफ द एलिमेंट हैविंग सिंबल UNS. We study about the IUPAC nomenclature, right, of the elements having the atomic number more than 100. It's given in NCERT, right? So, if we talk about UNS, UNS means it is un, it's nil, it's sept, means it is unnil septium. So, un means 1, this is 0, this is 7, so answer will be 107. Pretty simple.